take this opportunity to thank everyone who has supported our campaign in the last 500 days. I would especially like to thank those brethren and supporters from all around the province, mainland UK and further afield, who have stood side by side with us night after night. They are the backbone of our campaign, and without them, this all would not be possible. Several issues should be uppermost in our minds as we gather here tonight. We are here tonight because of nationalist, republican intolerance of the Protestant community and its culture. Also in our minds should be the shambolic nature of the legal system in Northern Ireland. Time after time we have seen the credibility of the PPAs being eroded by ridiculous decisions taken to prosecute or not to prosecute. It appears on your political persuasion. This manifests itself in draconian decisions taken against loyalists, whilst Republicans of all shades appear to be immune from the rigours of the law. In the past 500 days, we have seen several unionist loyalist band members brought before the courts on trumped-up charges for playing musical instruments. This is in stark contrast to Republican bands where we see adults and young children dressed up in paramilitary uniforms carrying weapons without the fear of prosecution. This is a two-tier justice system we have today in Northern Ireland. A system where if you're a Protestant playing a musical instrument, you will find yourself in a court contesting criminal charges. Over the past 500 days of our campaign, it has remained totally peaceful. We have been lambasted about the questionable £40,000 a day policing costs. Let us make it clear, the cost of policing is not down to our peaceful protest. This is the cost has been incurred by serious dissident Republican threats emanating from the Ardoyne community. Over the past 500 days of our campaign, we have seen bombs, shooting and knife attacks on our camp, the Twrail community and the PSNI. The threat of Republican violence has been overplayed by the self-righteous attitude of the Parades Commission, Secretary of State, the cult Sinn Féin and the SDLP, who have all colluded and conspired to remove our Homer 12th of July parade from the annual calendar to appease violent Republican extremists. What sort of message does that send out to the public, Secretary of State, that violence pays? Shame on you, and shame on your appeasement of violent Republican extremists. Let us say here tonight, as a United Unionist Loyalist family, we are determined to face these people down and do whatever it takes to stop these injustices being imposed on our culture and our community. In finishing, once again, we would like to extend our thanks to the United Unionist Loyalist family for their commitment to this campaign, and our message is simple: let us home.
Here tonight, as we have for 500 nights, we stand here together against a tyranny that would deny British citizens the right of freedom of religious and cultural expression. We stand here against those who hate our culture, those motivated by blind sectarian hatred and bigotry, and those that would deny Protestants the right to a legitimate religious expression on the Crumlin Road, and to those who don't want Protestants in Northern Ireland. We stand here against those who hate the fundamental value that makes Britain great, the civil liberty and freedom of expression. And just as our forefathers were persecuted for their religious and cultural beliefs, so are we today. And just as our forefathers prevailed through determination, faith and a cast iron will, so will we. We will triumph through standing together, resolute in the face of hatred and bigotry. It is this sectarian hatred that has brought our friends from the Pride of Ardoyne before the courts. I can think of no other democracy in this world where someone would be brought to court for playing a musical instrument. I can think of no other democratic country in this world that would persecute someone for playing a musical instrument while the government dances to the tune of those who perpetrate violence and chaos with impunity. Scarce public resources are being wasted on persecuting members of the Pride of Ardoyne while Republicans fire mortar bombs, machine gun rounds, blast bombs and carry out knife attacks. Enough is enough. Pride of Ardoyne have expressed their thanks for the messages of support and to those who stood with them on Friday morning at the Belfast Magistrates' Courts. In relation to the ongoing talks at Stormont, our message to those political parties involved is crystal clear. There can be no attempt to do any deals on parades, the past or flags behind the backs of the people until the resolution to the Crumlin Road impasse is found. The genuine grievances of our Laganeel brethren and bandsmen must be addressed and redressed before any lasting political agreement can be reached. We must recognise the needs of the people rather than assume what we think is good for them. How can we as unionists discuss any other issue while the basic principles of our British democracy are being eroded and destroyed? The issue of the Laganeel brethren and Crumlin Road is a fundamental issue because it is an issue that affects each and every British citizen across the United Kingdom. The right to civil and religious liberty guaranteed to each and every one of us. As a party, we make no apology for our Britishness or the democratic stand that we have taken in support of the Laganeel brethren or the pride of Ardoyne bandsmen. Equality is essential to democracy in Northern Ireland, and we will never have true democracy if any section of the community is excluded from community life. A fair and democratic society is one in which all members have equal access to shared public space and the same legitimate rights to express their political, religious and cultural rights and freedoms. I'd like to congratulate you all and applaud you for your dedication and commitment to this campaign. And just as you will stand here resolute to the end, I will also. By using the will of our people, our campaign has reached its 500th day. The strength of that campaign has been our unity. It has been about working together to preserve the things that we cherish in common. Tonight we must reaffirm that unity of purpose as we continue in our campaign to see our democratic rights respected and the legitimate right to freedom of expression restored. Here we stand, we can do no other, let them home.
Brethren, sisters, ladies and gentlemen, loyalists of Ulster, Bulka, of Ardoyne and Woodville, I would like to thank you all. We stand here some nights and we think we're forgot about, but we're not. And tonight manifests that faith that we have. Yet we stand, divided we fall. Bala, here away. Cyprus State, we haven't gone away, you know. Maybe you'll be away before we are. Brian, thank you very much.